I want you to picture two professionals, same industry, same decade of experience, both facing the rapid rise of AI. The first professional spends for hours every morning scrolling through AI news newsletters. Their desktop is a graveyard of bookmarks. For 150 different AI wrappers they've tried once, their hard drive is full of master classes on prompt engineering that are already 6 months out of date. This person checks their LinkedIn feed with a knot in their stomach. They feel like they're running a race on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. Yet they're terrified they're one algorithm update away from being irrelevant. The second professional uses maybe 3 AI tools, and they use them well. Their digital closet is sparse. They spend their time mastering the first principles of logic, communication, and human psychology, things that haven't changed in 100 years. When a new revolutionary AI model drops, they don't panic. They check their mental bank account with calm confidence. They know that their value isn't tied to a specific software, but to a set of minimalist rules that keep them future-proof regardless of what the tech giants do next. This isn't a story about who is better at tech. It's a story about the hidden relationship between information and utility that most people never understand. The first person isn't lazy. They've just gradually accumulated a cognitive lifestyle that requires every ounce of their mental energy just to maintain. They're caught in the high-knowledge poverty trap, rich on news, but broke in reality. Today, I'm going to walk you through the minimalist AI rules that separate people who stay relevant from people who get overwhelmed. These aren't about avoiding technology. They're about understanding that every skill you try to learn has an ongoing cost you've probably never calculated. Rule 1. Calculate the maintenance cost of a skill. Everything you learn costs you twice. The first cost is obvious, the time you spend watching the tutorial. But the second cost is what most people ignore: maintenance, mental energy, and opportunity cost. If you learn a highly specific AI tool that updates its interface every 3 weeks, you are committing to a mental rent. You have to keep relearning it just to stay at the same level. Minimalists understand that your brain has limited square footage. Every niche tool you own occupies a slice of your attention. Researchers have found that cognitive clutter increases cortisol levels and reduces your ability to focus. Before you click sign up for that new productivity AI, ask yourself, is the second cost of staying updated on this tool worth the space it takes up in my head? Often, the answer is no. Rule 2. Apply the replacement test to your workflow. Walk through your daily tasks and look at every tool you use. Ask yourself a simple question. If this AI disappeared today, would I spend the energy to replace it? Be honest. Would you actually go find another AI-powered email categorizer? Or does it exist in your life through inertia rather than intention? Many of the tools we use are remnants of past enthusiasm phases where we thought a certain app would change our lives. Minimalists ruthlessly eliminate digital tools that fail the replacement test. Removing that weight creates a mental space that's difficult to describe but immediately noticeable. Decisions feel simpler. Your focus returns. You realize that you don't need a museum of past tech trends to be productive. Rule 3. Never upgrade. Out of boredom, there's a pattern I see constantly. Professionals who switch from one AI model to another simply because a newer version exists, even when their current tool works perfectly. Their current workflow is functional, but the new release has a marginally improved reasoning score on a benchmark they don't even understand. This is skill destruction disguised as progress. In the minimalist framework, an AI tool remains functional until it genuinely fails to serve its purpose. Boredom is not failure. The desire for novelty is not failure. The average person wastes hundreds of hours a year optimizing things that were already working. Minimalists escape this trap by defining functional clearly. If it completes the task reliably, it stays. Everything else is just marketing, convincing you to solve problems you don't have. Rule 4. Create friction for hype. Ease for fundamental human behavior follows the path of least resistance. If it's easy to get distracted by AI hype and difficult to study deep logic, you'll choose the hype every time. Minimalists engineer their environment. Spending friction in the AI world looks like Unsubscribing from top 10 AI tools, newsletters. Deleting productivity apps that send you constant notifications. Requiring a 24-hour waiting period before trying any new tool. Ease for fundamentals. Looks like keeping a book on timeless logic or communication on your desk, making deep work your default setting before you check the news. Structural changes matter more than willpower. Don't trust yourself to stay focused. Design a system that makes focus automatic. Rule 5. Define enough before you start learning. This is what traps high achievers constantly. They never define what AI literate looks like, so they keep consuming information without ever arriving at satisfaction. The goalposts keep moving. One day you feel comfortable. The next day, a new paper comes out, and you feel behind again. Minimalists break this cycle by defining enough in advance. Decide, I need to understand how to use LLMs for data analysis and clear writing. That is innovate. Once you reach that finish line, additional AI news is just noise. This creates a skill margin, while others are running an endless race where tech expansion always outpaces their learning. You reach a point where your energy flows entirely to output rather than consumption. Rule 6. Measure wealth by optionality, not certification. The conventional view measures future by how many certifications or tools you've accumulated. Minimalists measure it differently. They measure it by OPT. IONALIT. Why.ku switch industries? If your current one is disrupted, can you lead a team of humans, even if the AI handles the data? These options represent true career wealth. The person who knows 50 AI tools but has no deep, transferable skills has almost no option. They are chained to the current tech stack. The person who has mastered the minimalist core clarity of thought, empathy, and strategic decision-making has extraordinary optionality. They can absorb disruptions and make choices based on preference, rather than technical necessity. Conclusion: the relationship between minimalism and AI is by mastering fewer things creates more competence. But having more competence makes owning fewer tools feel natural. When your mental bank account is robust with timeless skills, the urge to chase every new AI trend diminishes. You don't need the stuff to feel successful because your results already tell the story you want to hear. The math of the future strongly favors the person who has exceptional clarity about what actually matters. The choice is simply whether you want to own your skills or whether you're comfortable with the hype cycle owning you. If you're in your 30s or 40s right now, you are standing at the most important inflection point of your career. The decisions you'll make in the next 5 years about what you choose not to learn will determine your future security. Don't let your peak earning years be consumed by the income poverty trap of digital noise. Focus on what lasts. Convert your energy into permanent freedom. I'll see you in the next one.